So one of my clients right now is struggling. She's going through it right now and she's having a tough time in her personal life and she's just struggling to get back on track, to stay on track, all of the above. And maybe I'll share a screenshot of her message that she sent me. And the reason why I'm recording this is because in my very next coaching call after responding to her message, this same topic came up. And as you've heard me say before, if you've been here, that anytime a topic comes up in multiple calls, I almost feel like it's a sign that a lot of people might be going through this, and I need to post a video um, just talking about my thoughts on the solutions to certain problems. So, one of my clients is struggling. She's going through some things right now in her personal life. She's moving and she's having to do a lot of this move by herself, which she's not happy about, and I probably wouldn't be happy about either. But it's kind of throwing her off. And during this move, not only does she have to move, but she also has to maintain her work, so it's not like she has the ability to move and not work. So that can be very stressful, as I imagine. So she's struggling with keeping up her workouts. The majority of her workouts or her physical activity is just moving. And yes, that is immense physical activity, depending on how much stuff you got to move. So that could somewhat serve as cardio and strength training. But one of the bigger things she's been struggling with is getting on to her diet. And she's focused on trying to get back on track this week. And she's been kind of going through it for a few weeks now. But one of the things she said in her message, and even if I don't post a screenshot because I might forget, she said, and I'm reading right off my computer, she said, the eating has been off and I refuse to get on the scale right now. And what we want to avoid having if your goal is weight loss is the out of sight, out of mind mentality. Like when we're doing bad, we almost don't want anything to validate how bad we're doing. And we also don't want anything to talk us out of doing bad. I just want to be off track. I don't want to care. I'm going through this stressful time and I just want to eat what I want to eat. But that's exactly what the scale has the ability to do. And my last coaching call that I had right after I sent my client a message, because I normally leave voice messages. So I replied to my client, essentially telling her exactly what I told my last client. And now I'm reading from my notes from the most recent coaching call I did. And my client said, where is it? She said, the result on the scale is a reflection of what I've been doing. And I tell all my clients that the scale is essentially a mirror. The scale can't physically hurt you, and you know that the scale can't physically do anything to you, but the scale is a reflection. It is a mirror of what you've been doing or what you have not been doing. It is a reflection of your choices. And we don't want to have this out of sight, out of mind mentality, because here's what happens. We avoid the scale, and eventually we get on the scale. And what you don't want to happen is you avoid the scale for a few weeks and then you eventually get on the scale and then you get on realizing that you're 10 to 15 pounds higher than what you were. Whereas if you had not avoided the scale and just got on the scale and you realized maybe your weight was up 1 or 2 pounds, then you can, as they say, stop the bleeding and avoid the excessive weight gain. Again, as I tell all my clients, I understand that this is easier said than done. But if you want to not struggle and not regret the choices that you are making, because you are going to, when you eventually step on that scale weeks from now and you have completely fallen off and gained back all the weight you have lost, you will regret not getting on the scale earlier. It is just the way it is, and you know it, and I know it. I know it because I've been working with clients for the last 35 years that have done exactly that, and you know it because you've probably done exactly that as well. So what you got to do is rip the Band-Aid off and get on the scale. You know you've been doing poorly. Again, the scale has the ability to either stop the bleeding, stop you in your tracks, and get you back on track, or it just shows you a reflection and says, okay, enough is enough. I know I'm going through a stressful time. I know things are tough right now, but I'm doing more damage than good. I'm going to feel good in the moment. And then what's going to happen is I'm going to feel bad about it. And what I tell my clients is that you want to do enough of a bad thing to feel satisfied, but not so much that you're going to regret it. So, not saying that you need to be perfect with your diet. My clients know that we talk about 80-20 a lot. 80% good, 20% not so good. So we don't need to be perfect with what we do, but we do need to do the right things most of the time if we're going to get pretty good results. So don't run from the scale. The scale cannot hurt you, and it can actually help you. We can't just weigh ourselves when we think the numbers are going to be good. Because I know it feels good after a week of doing the right things to step on the scale. And I know it doesn't feel so good after a few days of doing the wrong thing. But you want to know where you're at, because as they say, what gets managed can get changed. So let me know down below in the comments if you've ever experienced anything like, my client is experiencing right now, and what your experience was with it. What did you do? Did you get on the scale anywhere, or did you avoid the scale? Let me know down below in the comments, and if you need any help on your journey, click the first link down below in the description, fill out the form, and the two of us will figure out what we need to do together to get you from where you're at to where you want to be. And of course, as always, the first coaching call is free.